What's going on, party people, my family, my friends? I'm not on Wi-Fi, so this video is kind of laggy, but whenever I'm in my car, I always get the best messages and downloads, conversations with God. Long story short, I wanted to share with you guys, and I've been saying it in the reading, but just so you guys have a one-stop shop with all of the revelations. First things first, the divine feminine is healing their masculine energy, and their divine masculine is healing their feminine energy. So what that means is the feminine energy is connected to intuition, emotions, inner self, beauty, the comfortability, the aesthetics, all of that. So you might see the divine masculine, on a small scale, starting to do different things with their appearance. They talk about cutting their hair. If you are the divine masculine, this may be your confirmation that you guys are going through your shift. So you start thinking about doing stuff to your appearance, maybe your wardrobe, maybe your clothes, maybe your hair. Divine feminine is also about creation. So what you guys can create with what you have in this moment. Some of you guys are realizing you can't create shit with what you got in the moment, which is the reason why you want to change where you guys are going and what you guys are doing. Some of you guys are realizing that you guys want to create your home life, because again, with the divine feminine, it's all about emotion. So a lot of the emotions of the divine masculine is coming to the surface. A lot of the little boy being damaged, the lack of love, so you were scared to get love, the lack of emotional maturity, so you take everything as a threat, the lack of spiritual maturity, which again, the divine feminine is about intuition. I'll get to that in a second. But so you feel like everything becomes heavy and a burden, right? Now the divine feminine also represents the spiritual aspects, as I have mentioned previously. So you're healing your intuition. You're starting to listen to your feelings more. You're starting to, at the budding stages. So to my divine feminine, this is the budding stages. So you might see certain shifts in how they're behaving because they're starting to feel more of the weight of the emotions, or more of the weight of the accountability, or more understanding of where you're at. But I say at the budding stages because it's just starting. Now for the divine masculine who are here and are drawn to this video, it is just starting, which is the reason why you probably are confused by what you are feeling. And to that, I have no other advice other than to go to God, because I am not a man. I have had emotions all of my life as a woman, and I don't know what it feels like to now all of a sudden wake up and have a flood of emotions that you have to sift through, that you guys have been growing for the last 20 to 40, 50 years. Not my ministry. That's the reason why I talk to the divine feminine. But to my divine feminine, since we do not understand, let them go through their process and leave space. Hold space. Holding space does not mean that I am going to be feeling obligated to stay up underneath this man energetically. What that means is I'm going to move and I'm going to give you what I can left over. Meaning that if I have some being left over, divine feminine, Proverbs 31, 10 through 31, she has enough energy for her. She has enough strength for her own load. So I'm not carrying around my load and your load, which is making me feel drained. I'm fine with the load that I have, but also she has so much in her creative endeavors that she has enough to give to the needy, but she also has enough to sell to the merchants. So she has an overflow. She has an abundance. And until the divine feminine is able to love with an abundance, she cannot love the divine masculine. And loving in an abundance, meaning that I have all this love in me and it overflows, doesn't come from, oh, I love me, I think I'm bad. It is healing the divine masculine, which again is creating structure, creating reliability, creating dependability, creating routine, okay? Creating abundance, money, having dominion. God gave Adam dominion over the earth. So in that masculine energy, us as divine feminine, now we're stepping in dominion. That's the reason why if you think about the man that you are attracted to or the man that you want to be with, there's something about his strength that stands out to you. It's something about the type of man he is that makes you say, let me think on it. Let me pray about it. Make your knees weak. And I ain't just talking about going to God. I'm talking about going to glory, if you know what I'm talking about. But either way, okay, something about a man All right. And that's because that same energy that you are seeing, that you are in love with, that you are connecting to, that energy is a mirror of the divine masculine within you. So during this time, my feminine, as the divine masculine is asleep, Adam was put to sleep, and the divine feminine is wide awake, feeling everything, moving everything. She is to be built up. Now, flipping on a little bit more, the Bible says that an idle mind is a devil's playground. So what helps you? My daughter's school is like not right now. I have the little app where they update me on everything. I'm just like, but we are getting back on the train to get our train of thought, because that distracted me, knowing that my daughter is, doing her shapes right now. So shout out to my baby in school doing her shapes. But the divine feminine, we are healing our masculine. We are stepping into understanding, our routines and understanding our mission. Okay, again, Adam was asleep. The divine feminine is up. She's awake. She's being built up. Okay, so in her being built up, she doesn't have time to do idle play around here, play around there. She is now busy. Okay, because I don't know about y'all, I've never built a house before, but I never seen them building a house and the house get done by them not doing nothing to it. You're laying the foundation of your home. Some of you guys have laid the foundation last month, or even the beginning of this month, or even now as you guys are having your epiphanies and waking up. You know what? I can't stand for this no more. Stand for this no more. I can't stand for that anymore. So now I have to create a new foundation. Now, the foundation should be already built, because guess what? This is the month of May, transformation. For last month, March, was the foundation. So we should have realized there's certain things in our circle and our environment that we need to change, whether it be our friendships, whether it be our romantic relationships, whether it be our own relationships with ourselves, whether it be healing the relationship with us and the divine, childhood trauma, whatever, establishing the structure in our home. We have now have the foundation set. Now, this is the month of May where the walls get put up. Some of y'all have felt the walls in y'all union come up and you don't know how to act. You're starting to feel real closed in. You're starting to feel real claustrophobic, because once where there was just a foundation and nothing but space, a whole bunch of energies running around, now it's starting to get structurized. Ooh, I can't let him do that no more. That makes me feel bad. So I got to put a wall up. Ooh, I can't let her just walk all over me and talk to me any type of way like that. So I got to put that wall up. Ooh, God won't allow me to just sit here and allow myself to be in somebody's waiting game, knowing that I'm worth the prize, knowing that I'm a daughter's, or the king of the daughter, or a son, or a daughter of the king, a son of the king, and I'm sitting here for scraps. The wall gets put up. Some of y'all are uncomfortable because in this season, the walls are being put up. Some of y'all are uncomfortable because in this season, you haven't laid the foundation, but you feel walls coming up. So now you shaky grounds. That right there is spiritual foundation. That right there is you grounding yourself and understanding what you stand for and who you're going to be about. That right there is you deciding you first, because you can't stand on anything if you ain't got nothing to stand on, my love. You can't stand for nothing. You can't stand for the union, against the union, here one day, next day. You can't stand for nothing, because what is the foundation, my love? When people say, how can you be a Christian card reader? Because Christianity is my foundation. There's walls in this house. There's ceilings in this house. There's stairs in this house. There's rooms in this house. There's furniture in this house. There's so much up in this house, up in this temple. You worried about the goddamn foundation. That's just the land that this was built on. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Now, some of y'all got something to do with something because y'all need to choose God. But I'm going to let y'all go because time is running out. But yeah, I hope that y'all are understanding the vibe, knowing that this is a spiritual union, knowing that God is love. God is love. That's the highest vibration, which is what this is about, finding love. But when you find love outside, it comes from you finding love inside. And when you find love inside, you find who? God, because God is love. This is a mission. This is of a level of importance. We are being called. Are you hearing it? Are you ready? Because I'm ready, man.